All right, this problem is Diane recorded the number of days her brother wore sneakers to school and the number of days he wore loafers to school. The ratio of the number of days he wore sneakers to school to the number of days he wore loafers to school was 5-2. If Diane observed and recorded her brother's choices of shoes for 49 days, how many times did he wear sneakers? All right, so the big idea again is proportional reasoning. This is coming up over and over again. It's a really important concept in math, the idea of proportional reasoning. And we've already used this strategy to create a table in the past. We're going to create a table for this one as well. Okay, so they give us the ratio of 5-2. But 5 what and 2 what? Now, when it says the ratio of 5-2, you have to really focus on reading the problem, because reading the problem tells you what these numbers are referring to. So it says this: the ratio of the number of days he wore sneakers to school to the number of days that he wore loafers to school was 5-2. So because when you read it, it says the ratio of sneakers to loafers is 5-2, that means 5 represents the days that he wore sneakers, whereas 2 represents the days that he wore loafers. So you have to really make sure to read the problem correctly to get those numbers in the right order to make sure you understand exactly what they're talking about. All right, so we can make a table that compares the sneaker days to the loafer days, like this. Sneakers, loafers. Okay, so 5 days he wore sneakers compared to 2 days he wore loafers. And we could scale this up. So we could say, all right, so what about if you double the 5, that would go to 10. And if you doubled the 5 days that he wore sneakers, you would double the loafers. And that would go to 4. 4 days he wore loafers. And you can see that each time we add 5 to the sneakers, 5, 10, 15, it's going to add 2 to the loafers, 2, 4, 6. But the question is, when do we stop this table so that we know that we have the answer? And the key is that they're asking about, what about in 49 days? Now here's the trick. Is this the number of days, or is this the number of days? Turns out neither of them are the number of days. This is how many days he wore sneakers. These are the days he wore loafers. So what you might want to do is actually add a third column to your table, and this will tell us the number of days. So if he wore sneakers 5 days and he wore loafers 2 days, then how many days is that? The answer is that'd be 7 days. All right, what about if he wore sneakers 10 times and loafers 4 days? That's 14 days. How many days is this? 21 days. So if we keep going, by the way, we're gonna have to stop at 49 days, right? So let's keep going. I hope I have enough room here. We'll see. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's a total of 28 days. So let's see if we do have room. It's going to go down for a while here because it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 35 days. We're getting closer. Next number there is 30. This number is 12. That's 42 days. And if we go a little bit lower, this could go down to 35. This will go to 14. Add those up, that's 49 days. And that's what we're trying to figure out, is 49 days. Okay, but what do they want to know about 49 days? So again, you have to go back to the problem and read it. They were asking, if Diane observed and recorded her brother's choices of shoes for 49 days, how many times did he wear sneakers? So once we finally got to 49 days, how many times did he wear sneakers? Which is the right number for times that he wore sneakers? Sneakers, 35. If you got 35, there you go. Now let me show you something we could have done to make this a little bit shorter. All right, so we're still making this table that shows the days he wore sneakers, the days he wore loafers, and again, they didn't tell us it was 7 days, but we could kind of interpret that it was 7 days based on the 5 days and 2 days. We know it's 7 total days. We know we're trying to get to 49 days, so we know we want 49 to be there. Instead of extending that table all the way down like we did the first time, which took a while, we could figure out, how did we scale 7 days to get to 49 days? And if you realize it's 7 times the amount of days, that means it's going to be 7 times the amount of loafers. So 7 times 7 is 49. What is 2 times 7? 14. And if it's 7 times the amount of times that he wears loafers, it'll be 7 times the amount of times he wears sneakers. So 7 times 5 is 35. And there you go, 35 sneakers in 49 days. So if you could figure out the kind of shortcut with scaling like this, that makes the problem a lot faster to get through. You don't have to extend the table all the way down. But if you didn't see that shortcut and you did extend the table all the way down, you'll still get the right answer that way.